What's happening, guys, and welcome back to our channel. Every year, there seems to be a new innovation, something that makes life easier for some and more complicated for the less technologically inclined. For this installment, we're looking into the future of technology at 10 anticipated concepts that could do some good or at the very least sound cool to talk about. So let's look into the top 10 future technology that's here right now. Number 10, sunscreen pill. Maybe we can't speak for everyone, but it may be safe to say that there's a general distaste when it comes to the slimy feel that some sunscreens leave behind. It's also a nuisance to have to stop lounging every so often to reapply a set layer of slime. But British researchers from King's College in London may have stumbled upon a means of creating a sunscreen pill. While studying coral, Dr. Paul, along with fellow researchers, believed that algae living in the coral produced a compound with a purpose not too dissimilar from sunscreen. The team is looking to biosynthetically develop the same compound to create a simple tablet or pill. While current supplements promise sun protection, they're not recommended as replacements for sunscreen. Number 9. Self-fitting clothes. Most of us marveled when Marty McFly put on that oversized jacket and it immediately shrunk to his form. What a brilliant idea it was! An invention that would eradicate fitting rooms and the need for different fits of clothing. But for so long, it seemed like a mere fantasy. With time, though, comes ingenuity, and the concept of self-adjusting clothing could be in our near future. In 2014, it was reported that researchers from Purdue University were working on a robotic fabric that can compress and expand in certain scenarios. The fabric is the first step of the university's intent on making a robotic skin that could be used on space missions and space exploration. Just imagine how much money and time boyfriends across the world would save from having to sit through the inevitable shopping with a girlfriend escapade. Number 8. Universal translators. One of man's greatest barriers is language, and that could very well be an issue of the past. As the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy showed us, breaking that barrier is going to be an essential part of communication with potential extraterrestrials. But before that, it'll be a great means of uniting the world, linguistically speaking back. In 2014, Microsoft unveiled a new technology that would allow Skype users to communicate regardless of the language difference, and while there are some kinks to work out, it's a great step towards a possible handheld device. Unfortunately, the biggest hitch that comes with any current translator is that not all dialogue translates perfectly. Number 7. Mind-controlled appliances. The implementation of mind-control technologies isn't entirely a new concept, as there are several devices on the market that allow users to control video games and certain aspects of their computers with nothing but a thought. But how convenient would life be if every aspect of our homes was mind-controlled? Gone are the days of having to get out of bed just to run the dishwasher or start the washing machine and need to shut down the oven before dinner burns. Don't bother getting up, as you can shut your oven off with just a simple thought. Yes, we may sound ridiculous, but how far off are we with voice-activated lights and television remotes? Number 6. Portable healing laser. You're walking down the street when all of a sudden you stumble and fall and your arm lands on a sharp piece of glass. What would once result in a slew of stitches and a fairly ugly scar in the past could be healed much quicker with a laser, if you can believe it. In 2008, physicist Abraham Katzer was experimenting with laser-bonded healing, hoping to eventually permanently replace sutures in surgical bonding and healing. The practice of laser healing is being looked at and implemented for a range of therapies and healings, including arthritis, migraines, and cell regeneration. But these all require in-office visits. The technology is looking to be fitted for personal and portable use, meaning those nasty cuts, burns, and sores could eventually be on the same level as holding a pen. maybe we're not too far from having portable devices to instantly heal external injuries. Number 5. Motor neuroprosthetics. The science of prosthetic limbs has become more and more lifelike over the years. Producing limbs that look like they're made of flesh and bone, though they may look real to the wearer. Of course, there's something vital that's missing, and that's the ability to consciously move the replica limb. For patients that may have lost their hand in a tragic accident, the implementation of motor neural prosthetics would allow them to regain the functionality of their prosthetic fingers to perform common everyday activities. Such advancements in neuroprosthetics have been made, as seen in the 2014 World Cup in Brazil when a spinal cord injury patient was able to perform the initial kickoff. Number 4. Permanent artificial organs. Artificial organs have always been a means of prolonging an individual's life as they wait for a replacement. They were never meant to be a permanent solution. Current artificial organs may temporarily be able to mimic the functionality of the original organ, but they don't carry the sustainability needed to endure a lifetime of use. Enter Carmat, a French-based company co-founded by a heart transplant specialist on Lukovic in December of 2013. Carmat presented an artificial heart that's meant to be a permanent solution. The early model weighed 3 times that of a regular human heart, but worked off of sophisticated sensors to work independently. Unfortunately, both of Carmat's heart transplant patients have died, one within 72 hours of the operation and another in less than a year. Number 3. Personal nanofactory. The introduction of 3D has put the world into a tailspin. But we also may be overlooking a far more impressive technology that could be on the horizon. Nanofactories are thought to be a low-cost, high-material manufacturing system that from a molecular level is believed to be able to build just about anything. Where 3D printing is limited by the materials used, nanofactories or molecular assemblers recreate materials and products at the atomic level, meaning we'll likely be able to create anything regardless of the material. Though 3D printing is quick to become a household technology, nanofactories are a ways off from being personal. The larger question that stems from every household owning a nanofactory is what would it eventually be due to the current suppliers that provide us with products we could virtually make ourselves. Number 2. Crash-proof cars. It's a well-known fact that fathers generally have a greater fear of flying. The true danger comes from the ride to the airport. Due to the human factor that comes with driving, it can be terrifying being on the roads today. But BMW is trying to make it so there's nothing to fear. A 360-degree collision avoidance system is being developed at BMW's Research and Innovation Center. A leap in innovation that could change the way we drive and the way we feel about driving completely. If every manufacturer can utilize this technology, and once perfected, cars could be on the verge of self-driving and insurance companies could be facing a very grim future. Already, there are sensors on many vehicles that alert of unsafe distances to other objects, so we're already on our way. Number 1. Avatar's DARPA. James Cameron's explosive theatrical film of Blue Aliens may not have been too far off from a possible future after all. In 2012, the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or DARPA, released details on a program that would allow soldiers to fight without being put in harm's way. These avatars would be humanoid bipedal robots rather than a race of extraterrestrials, but the concept is pretty similar. So do let me know your thoughts on these technologies in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys later in another video. Bye now!